Austin News at 5.
By law, Texas lawmakers are only required to pass one bill during each legislative session. That is the budget. And every 2 years, it becomes a battle for funding. The House is expected to debate the budget until late tonight. Here to talk about this is Travis County GOP Chairman Matt Mackowiak and Sam Robles from Progress Texas. Thank you both for being here.
Sure. Thank you.
Sam, what has Progress Texas identified as the biggest budget priorities this legislative session?
Today, progressive lawmakers are going to be watching how we fund our healthcare system and our schools here in Texas. For far too long, our public schools have been underfunded, and what we're watching today on the floor is going to be an amendment by State Rep John Bucy to expand Medicaid coverage. It is time for Texas to join 36 other states in expanding Medicaid coverage, because we know that far too many people here in the state have been feeling the cost to their health and to their pockets.
Matt, same question. What has the GOP identified as important items needing a boost in funding this session?
Well, they are going to boost spending on education. They're going to put an extra $9 billion into the permanent school fund on the House side. That's significant. Includes a $5,000 teacher pay raise, I believe. And I think you've got to think something like 123 billion for school security initiatives. So look, you know, progressive lawmakers are in a minority, and Medicaid expansion has been rejected by the legislature ever since the Obama years. And the reason for that is that the feds only cover 100% of the cost of Medicaid expansion for 3 years. In the fourth year, it goes to 90%. You know, we saw a number of Democratic lawmakers put forward a request, I think, to spend $15 billion on education instead of $9 billion, but they didn't explain where that extra $6 billion is going to come from. We have to balance our budget in Texas. We can't print money here. So, you know, lawmakers have to prioritize, and they have to make tough choices, and that's what the budget process is all about.
Sam, will the put and take rule on funding hurt any programs that your group deems essential?
You know, overall, for the last 20 years, we've seen the state spend roughly around the same amount of money. And what happens is that over the last several years, under misguided Republican lawmakers, is that we've seen items like health care and school funding be underfunded and more money being put into border security and other items. So what we hope to see is the put and hold hurts Texans the most when lawmakers aren't focused on where the funding is coming from and instead put a Band-Aid over the issues.
Matt, what about the Freedom Caucus? Could they spoil things, or will they stay in line with Speaker Bonin?
Yeah, look, this budget that we're seeing, these budget votes that are occurring literally as we sit here over the rest of the evening are a big test to the Speaker. They're a test to the Freedom Caucus. You have had, I think, at least one member, maybe more than one, who's left the Freedom Caucus since November. Jeff Leach, who's been the lead author on the bill to protect babies born after a botched abortion. And so we'll see what the strength of the Freedom Caucus is, what their priorities are going to be, what they're going to push, and whether they can win amendment votes on the floor. Look, for the average House member, this is the last chance that they have to affect the budget. Once the House passes a budget, once the Senate passes one, goes to a conference committee, the leaders hash out the differences, and you vote up or down at the end. So you try to get an amendment vote, you try to marshal the support for it, you try to get a majority, and that's all you can do.
All right, we are out of time, but Matt, Sam, thank you both for sharing your perspectives with us tonight.
Thanks.
Thank you.